What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome to the Sports Sidebar Podcast. You're tuned in with your boy Rich, and I'm here with my buddies Tom and JD, and we're about to get this thing started. Let's go!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got a brand new episode for everybody. How's everybody doing tonight?
Doing good, Rich. Been a while. How you doing?
Doing good, man. Just trying to settle in on this new move. We're up in Cincinnati right now. About to become a Bengals fan, putting my transfer papers. So,
not a bad team to transfer to.
Oh, definitely not. Especially with young Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. But I don't know about this chili thing, man. They got supposedly this is their claim to fame out here in Cincinnati is chili. So
Skyline Chili. Have you had a bowl yet?
Nah, I've been holding out, man. I've been trying out some of the other places.
You just gotta bite the bullet and try it.
Yeah, man. I mean, I found some other good places. They have a place called Matt DeMiller's, which is pretty good. They do a great shrimp and grits, and then I'm pretty much like close to everything. So they have I'm like next to everything. Like Sonic's, everything's like 10, 15 minutes from me. So I'm definitely gonna start going to the gym more because it's gonna get crazy out here. And then how's everything on your end, man?
Good. Just the same. Getting settled in the new house. Still working our way through the stuff, but we're getting there one day at a time.
Yeah, I feel you, man. Some of these boxes are calling me, man, but it's just gonna be safe. Be safe for tomorrow, man.
Exactly.
I mean, let's get right into it, man. We had NFL. We didn't really miss too much. I mean, they did put out the schedule, so definitely gonna be an interesting season, especially for your Jets, man. They got you out week one against the Bills, man. How you feeling?
Yeah, I got to play them eventually, so why not? Let's get it out of the way. A little disappointed in the schedule makers. I feel like the NFL usually does a pretty good job with these kind of marquee games, and I thought that they'd put Jets-Giants on September 11th on Monday night. Instead they went Jets-Bills, but, it is what it is. I always think the schedule thing gets way overhyped. You got to play the teams that are on your schedule anyways. It is nice, we'll have 5 primetime games for the Jets, which is different. But yeah, excited for everything to get going.
Yeah, man, I'm definitely looking forward to this season, seeing how these games play out. Giants got the Cowboys week 1, so it's gonna be interesting to see how the Giants offense looks with the addition of Waller and some of the other pieces. Danny Dimes in the second year with Dayball. So hopefully, they open it up some. I still think we need a receiver, but, I don't think they're going to go out and get one, whether it be Hopkins or I think they should make a push for Adams, man, because he's not happy with that situation now.
Yeah, I mean, he said the other day that it doesn't matter what quarterback he's got. So I don't know. He's kind of a strange bird.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, man. But, I mean, he's been playing outside of Aaron Rodgers. I mean, he still had a great season last year. But, that's kind of the thing he's saying. He said it doesn't matter for quarterback. He's going to get open. So, I mean,
yeah.
If he's saying that, I mean, y'all might as well give him the Danny Dimes and see how he does. Because we're going to need to determine whether or not this is the right quarterback for us or not. So,
right.
Despite them paying him. Ridiculous, but it's going to be interesting to see, especially in our division, man. The freaking Eagles got better.
Yeah.
I mean, the Cowboys
are good.
Yeah, it's just going to be. I feel like the Commanders going to be on up and up too. So once this new ownership goes through and everything. Mm-hmm. But I'm definitely looking forward to the season, man. Some of these games with Cincinnati, the Bengals, the Ravens, the Bills, the Jets, and then just to see if the Eagles can repeat as far as they're dominant in the NFC. So,
right,
definitely going to be fun to watch. I'm going to be loving the parlays. That's when I make out like a bandit during football season.
There you go.
And then on to the NBA. I mean, we didn't get a chance to talk about the semi round matchups. I mean, we had the Lakers. They took care of business, and they beat the Grizzlies, and then they also beat the Warriors. So it kind of looked like it's over for Golden State, man. They're gonna break that thing up.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like, what do? Like, you got Steph, maybe. I don't know, 2 or 3 more good years, something like that. He's 35. He's gonna be 36. So I know they if Clay comes back, they want to come back at a discount. Yeah, and then you got Jordan Poole. Like, what do you do there? You just sign him to a big contract.
Mm-hmm.
He was trash in the playoffs. Didn't really have a great season. I mean, you can either like totally blow it up, but do you really want to do that with Steph Curry? You know, having only a couple years left, or is there something you can do to try to get him back to the finals one more time? So I think that they got a good front office. You know, I think I would trust them to figure it out and make the right decision. So.
Oh yeah, man. That's what I think they're gonna hold on to Steph and then maybe Draymond or Clay, and then they're gonna have to move those other pieces just to get other role players. I kind of wish they held on to Wiseman. I think he's going to be really needed as far as their rebuild, even though they didn't want to go through a rebuild, especially at that center position. But it's going to be interesting to see how the new look Warriors are going to look come next year.
Yeah. Yep. No, I agree.
And then on the East side, I mean, we had the Celtics. They took care of business in their matchup against Atlanta. And then they beat up on the 76ers. I mean, 76ers, man, they had a lot of high hopes with Embiid being the MVP. They went ahead and fired your boy Doc, man. They were showing some of his stats in Game 7s. He hasn't had the best record, man. But I kind of felt like he was losing the voice of the team, even like I almost say last year. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do there as well.
Yeah, they got another interesting situation because you got Embiid, who I would say probably maxed out who he is this year. And, I think you can tell. I mean, in the last couple of games of that series against the Celtics, he was just exhausted,
Yep.
Especially late in those games. So, it just like, he can't be that number one guy because you need a guy that can create, off the dribble, something like that. Right. So he's a good, I think he's a good number 2 or a 1B, something like that.
Yeah.
So, I was talking with my buddies and was like, well, what if Philly could somehow swing Dame in there? Like now you got Dame and Embiid. I think that would be a good combo because Dame can kind of take over a game and Embiid doesn't have to do everything. And you don't get that lazy kind of James Harden where, he's on one game and he's dead the next, you can just tell he was exhausted too. So something like that, they need a guy like that. I think that can really take a game over.
Yeah, that whole situation, whether or not James Harden comes back or not, it looks like he's looking for a long-term deal instead of a 4-year deal. So
yeah, which is weird because he's 35 or 36 too. So like that's a lot of money for a lot of years for a guy that is gonna not perform in the playoffs.
Oh yeah, definitely isn't. And then that's the thing; they really don't have many other pieces. I mean, you got Maxey, who's a young player, and then you got Tobias Harris, who they kind of should have not resigned and kept Jimmy Butler. But, that's a different story. And then, I mean, it's just going to be interesting to see as well. They're going to need a new head coach. So, who's going to be the coach they're going to bring in? They said the players are not going to have any say-so on the coach that they're bringing in, according to the GM. So,
yeah, I think you got to look at Budenholzer.
Yeah.
I think he did good things with that Bucks team. I know he probably got a raw deal in the end there.
Yeah.
Shit happens, and you always need a fall guy, and unfortunately, you can't trade everybody. So usually it's the coach that goes.
Coach that goes first.
So I would if I'm Philly, maybe I look at Budenholzer, like what he did with Giannis, and was able to kind of turn him in from raw talent into more of a refined player. Maybe he can do some stuff with Embiid, and then if he can somehow get a score. I don't know. I mean, they got a lot of work to do over there. But
I feel like they're way far from a championship.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's gonna be an interesting situation to pay attention to, just to see how the dominoes fall. And then even if I'm Portland, I'm not taking Maxey and what's his name, Tobias Harris off your hands.
I'd take Maxey and something else. I think Maxey had a pretty good series against the Celtics. Yeah,
but the thing is, he's like a 2, and that kind of conflicts with it kind of conflicts with they got Anthony Simmons, who's like a 2. Yeah. So
yeah,
maybe one of them moves to the 1. So, but I mean, that's gonna be interesting to see. Like I said,
yep.
And it's not because there's not many players out there they can get, but you never know who could free up.
Right.
Now we're in the Eastern and Western Conference Finals. We got the Heat playing the Celtics right now. Was it 26-26 or 26-25 right now?
26-25.
And then how you feeling against your chances, man?
Yeah, I mean, I think the Celtics have the better team. It's just that X factor with Jimmy Butler for me. He's he's probably one of the best playoff performers in the league. And he's kind of willed this team that's undermanned and under-talented to the Eastern Conference Finals again. Like I said, you play this on paper, the Celtics win 99 times out of 100, but unfortunately, the game's not played on paper, and you gotta play the game on the court. And this is one tough, gritty team in Miami, and they're fairly deep too. I mean, they don't have like I said, they have Butler and Bam, and other than that, I mean, they got a bunch of role players. And I don't even think, I like Bam, but I think that I expected him, and when watching him in the bubble, I thought he would be all world by now, and he kind of plateaued, and he is what he is. And I think that the Celtics, for whatever reason, play him tough. So yeah, it's really going to come down to the role players here and how well they play. But without Harrow, he kind of took over a few games against the Celtics last year. I just don't think this is as good of a team, and I think the Celtics are better. But again, that's why we play the game.
Oh yeah, I don't think the thing is with Miami, I don't think they have the defensive people to stop Tatum or Brown.
No, they're too small. They're not. Yeah, the defense isn't there. But I don't think the Celtics can continually try to run up and down the floor with these guys.
Oh yeah.
But I also don't think that they should out rebound Miami by 20 rebounds every game.
But that's the thing. It's gonna come down to those loose balls.
Yep.
Who's going out? Who's getting those 50-50 balls?
Yep.
Who's
It's all about the hustle. And
so yeah.
And who wants it more?
Oh yeah, because I mean we've seen that last round against the Knicks, unfortunately. But that's the thing. You guys pretty much know what it takes to get back to the finals, and and this is kind of like a revenge game for you guys from the bubble year. So because this is a team that you guys lost to in the bubble to get to the finals with that last second block by what's his name?
They beat them last year to get to the finals.
Yeah. So
it's the rubber match.
Yep. So it's gonna be fun to watch, man. What do you think? What do you think? Celtics in 6 or 5?
I'm thinking the Celtics in 6.
Okay.
Yes.
You're giving Miami 2 games, man.
I'm giving them 2. I think they got a good enough coach and a good enough star in Jimmy Butler to win 2 games.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be definitely a fun series to watch. Definitely looking forward to it. And then on the west side, we have the Nuggets and the Lakers. I mean, a lot of people thought the Lakers wouldn't get to the finals, but due to those off season, the mid-season trades they did, and then they kind of worked in their favor, them getting the draw that they did. So now they are playing against your boy the Joker, who in my opinion should have been MVP, but maybe he'll get it next year as a makeup MVP situation. But Nuggets are up 1-0. Lakers I kind of thought it was over early against the Lakers, but they made some adjustments and got back in the game. Actually got it to within 3. But LeBron missed a 3-pointer and killed my parlay. Couldn't make any threes. And then it's gonna be interesting to see if the Nuggets counter what the Lakers did towards the end of game 1, and let's see how things play out.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that the Nuggets thoroughly outplayed them again for most of that game, and got lazy towards the end, let them back in, made it a close game where it shouldn't have been. But I think the Nuggets are just a better team, and I think Jokic, he'll I think he'll be able to do his thing against Anthony Davis, and I just think the Nuggets should win this series in like 5 games.
Oh yeah, I feel the same way. I mean, a lot of people think the Nuggets are in trouble because of game 1, but I think it's not the case. I don't think because they're saying that Anthony Davis played such a great game. I don't think Anthony Davis is going to have another 41 game. He's missed the class, so I mean he's either going to get injured or not show up. And then LeBron definitely didn't have the best game, but those other pieces are not going to be showing up like they did. Right? Austin Reeves is not going to have another 20-something point game out there looking like the Great White Hope. And then
Lonnie Walker.
Yeah. I mean, some those guys. Yeah, those guys are probably
Same
going to
with
average.
LeBron's bacon. The
Yeah, those guys are probably going to average about 10 a game. I don't think they're going to have another 20-point game between them. But ultimately, I think just because the Joker has the ball in his hand so much and he does so much for the team, and they have so many pieces. I mean, you got your boy Caldwell Pope out there looking for revenge against the Lakers. He's gone wild, so he's definitely motivated in the series. And then the matchup between Joker and Anthony Davis. I mean, Anthony Davis is one of the better defensive players in the league, and he really could not do much against the Joker. But I don't expect the Joker to have a triple-double like that again by the second half. But he's definitely gonna be putting up some numbers. He had like 20-something, almost 20 rebounds, I think, with 20 rebounds, which was crazy. So, I mean, the funny thing is that they lost to the Lakers in that bubble series, and then that next summer, that's when he lost all that weight, and then that's when he's been on his back-to-back MVPs ever since.
Yep.
So it's gonna be fun to watch, man. I would like to see I don't no offense, but I really don't care too much about LeBron in the finals. I would rather see the Nuggets get there. So
yeah, I think that it would go a long way for Jokic too, to have a big series and get him into the finals.
Oh yeah,
their team is just fun to watch, man. They move the ball well. They play defense. I don't know. It's just like a good all around team.
Oh yeah, especially your boy Murray. It's like he's almost getting back into that bubble form where he cannot miss. So
no, I know
it's definitely gonna be fun to watch. And then outside of that, I mean, your boy John Moran out here with guns making videos with guns and stuff. They said they interviewed Adam Silver the other day. He's definitely being suspended, but for the duration still to be decided. I'm honestly hearing that it might be like half the season. Based off of his second offense.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of unbelievable that showed up again. Yeah, you kind of get two streams here. Like some people think that he didn't really do anything illegal, so why should he be reprimanded again?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's more of like, hey, we told you to like cut this crap out, and you're still doing it. Like it's more of like a slap in the face to Silver and the NBA. But like, yeah, just put the guns down. Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, I don't think anybody really wants to see his. It's just a bad image, especially for some of his. Nike and I forget who the other one he signed to. But I kind of think he's still on the hook with Nike because they kind of dropped Kyrie. They really don't have a replacement for him yet. But I mean, he's got to get it together, man, because he's making a lot of bad decisions. And I mean, he's pretty much set up for another, $200 million plus contract coming up. So,
right. And I mean, if he's going to be doing this stuff, you cannot give him that money.
Oh no, but that's the thing is, if they would you trade him or would you give him money?
I don't know. It's tough, right? It's the NBA, and he's a star, so I'd imagine you'd probably give him the money, but I'd throw all sorts of clauses in that contract.
It's gonna be an interesting situation though that plays out, because especially if he's not winning either. So
right.
Then we had your boy Victor, man. We had the NBA draft or lottery. I mean, Knicks didn't really have much of a chance to get the number one pick, so I wasn't really too upset about that. But we kind of predicted it before they even announced it. We figured one of the most likely team to get the first round pick will be the Spurs, and they sure enough did. You got your boy Pop getting one of the best up and coming talents from the past this year and the past and even the next few years. This guy was supposedly he was like 7'2". They said he grew another like 3 inches. He's like 7'5" now, which is ridiculous. But ultimately, it's going to come down to how they develop him. But he's in good hands with Pop. I mean, Pop has been dealing with French players since Tony Parker. And, I mean, it's pretty much a connected, the kid played for Tony Parker's like AAU team or something like that, Pop coach Tony Parker. So they pretty much know how the French work. And he's coached those bigs like Tim Duncan, David Robinson. So he's definitely going to get him in a nice spot to do some damage. But they just got to build some pieces around him.
Yeah, I think it's, we saw this coming. When the Spurs were, even had a chance. So it wasn't overly surprising to me that they got the number one pick. But yeah, I think it's a perfect guy for Pop. He had Robinson, he had Tim Duncan. Now he's got a little bit of a different player, but like you said, get the right pieces around. Could be a lethal weapon for him.
Yeah. But the thing is, they don't really have the players yet. They kind of got a young roster, but we're talking about some of the picks they have. They have like the Bulls pick next year. That's I think top protected outside of 6. Then they got like 2 other teams picks for the first round. So they definitely got some draft picks they can move to get some talent as far as like those 1 or 2 year players that they can try to coach to stay on the team. But it's gonna be interesting to see.
For sure.
And then I think that's it for the NBA. I don't know if there's anything else.
No, I think that's all.
And then on to MLB. I don't know if there's anything you want to talk about MLB.
I don't think so. Did you see the new the new potential cheating scandal from the Yankees?
Oh yeah, with Judge.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
What do you think of that? I mean, I don't like the base coaches like moving around, like people have been doing that for years. It's not it's not illegal. It's not electronic. It's not banging drums in a come on.
I think the thing is though, like with there's something with baseball, like I understand like the signs and stuff like that, but ultimately you still got to hit the ball, right?
Exactly.
Like it's not like you're guaranteed to win if I know you're throwing the fastball, right? That means I know when it's coming, right? Or if I know you're throwing the curve, right? I know what side it's coming to, right? But then I still got to hit the ball, right? That's just half the battle. It's kind of like I feel like it's still like the guessing game. Like even though like if you're coming up to bat and you know this person's tendencies and you guess right, you still got to hit the ball.
Yeah, you still got to have that hand-eye coordination. I mean, you can know a fastball's coming. You don't know where it's coming, where it's going to be. But yeah, I'm with you. You still got to hit the ball.
Yeah, because it's not like somebody could just go, oh, I'm going to punt and then I'm going to go to first and then now I know your sign so I can try to steal bases. It's like people aren't as fast like that where you can do that. There's a lot of other stuff that's going into the game that people aren't factoring in.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, there's not really going on. Rays are still hot. Not surprising.
No.
I mean, it's nothing really else crazy or like that to talk about. So, and then I don't know if you want to get to NHL. I mean, they're pretty much in the Eastern and Western Conference Finals. You got your Panthers and your Hurricanes. I know your boy Matt was happy about that.
Yeah. I think this is probably like the most nightmarish scenario for the NHL with the 4 teams that are left.
Yeah, people are like, who are these teams?
You got Dallas and Las Vegas in the West, and then you got the Panthers and Hurricanes in the East. And again, I think 4 good teams. It's just terrible.
Oh yeah.
So
I mean, the most notable is probably the Knights. I mean, because they won I want to say a few years ago. Might have been more than a few years ago, but
did they win it all, or did they lose in the finals? I thought they lost in the finals.
I thought they won one year and then they went to the finals next year and lost. Maybe like 6 or 7 years ago.
Well, yeah, their first year they went to the finals. Their first year as a franchise.
Oh, then I don't remember. I thought they had one. I don't remember though, but
yeah.
I mean, that's probably the most notable one. But when most people see these other teams, they probably don't even know where they're from. Outside of Max, because outside of Max, that was his team. He's been a Panthers fan for a long time.
Yeah, again, good teams. It's just not good hockey markets. When you have going into the semis, you had Toronto, Edmonton, Seattle, which is even a decent hockey market. Yeah, it a bunch of them, and you kind of got probably the worst out of all of them. But yeah, it should be some good hockey still. It's still playoff hockey, and kind of interested to see what the final looks like. The Panthers are hot. They were hot coming into the playoffs, and the Hurricanes play a real kind of lockdown style of defense, and really try to bottle you up and bully you around. So that should be a good series. In the West, I think it's going to be a goal fest. I mean, Dallas and Vegas, they don't really play much defense, so it should be wide open, some high scoring games.
Because I mean, this gives the opportunity for a new team to be, put their name in the record books as far as that go-to team. So kind of like how
Absolutely.
Colorado did last year.
Mhm.
It's an opportunity for a team to get recognized, for some of the great things they do, and as well as some of the players on those teams to get notarized. So then we got the PGA coming up. How you feeling about that, man? I'm hearing Rahm and Koepka. Those are the top two, man.
Good, yeah. It's major time again. This week they're up in Rochester, New York, so up near Buffalo, Western New York. There, Oak Hill. So Oak Hill, they have had a couple of majors, and I believe a Ryder Cup up there, or President's Cup, I forget. But they kind of redid the whole course. Took out it used to be pretty like a pretty wooded course. They took out a lot of the trees, like they're doing a lot of these courses. Try to bring them back to their old style when they were developed. Added a bunch of bunkers. The rough is nasty, and they changed a few holes around, and so it's going to be a different course than when I think it was Sean McKeel won it in 2013. But yeah, it sounds like it's going to be a little cold, a little windy. Be some tough conditions, and I was listening to Koepka today, and he was saying that be lucky to get a couple birdies. So he doesn't think it's going to be a very high scoring or low scoring tournament. So, but yeah, I think the favorites are out there. Rahm, Scheffler, obviously top two in the world. But then yeah, you get Koepka, who obviously played well at the Masters, probably should have won it if not for his self-proclaimed choking down the stretch. He always plays well at the PGA. I think he's made the cut in all 10 PGAs that he's been in. And I think he's like 50. I heard his stats that he's got like 15 top sixes in majors in his career. So obviously he's a major guy. Tyrrell Hatton has been playing pretty well. He's a name to watch out for. I'm trying to think who else.
I remember somebody mentioned to somebody else. I don't know if it was Tony.
Finau.
Yeah, maybe him or somebody else that was like.
Yeah,
they finished like
Finau.
They were finishing like top 3 the past few events. So.
Yeah, Finau is always a good name. Ricky Fowler, long shot. He's been playing good golf this year. Jason Day just won Byron Nelson last week. He's been playing good golf this year. So, and then you got your Max Homa, Patrick Cantlay, Xander Schauffele. Outside of Rahm and Scheffler, I think it's it's them against the field at this point.
Definitely going to be interesting to watch, man. I'm definitely going to take Koepka's odds. Yeah, it's like 2,100. I think Rahm and Scheffler are pretty much the top. They are like 750 and 850. No love for your boy Homa, man.
Oh, I like Homa. I just he's cooled off a little bit since the start of the season. I still do like him. I'd probably look for him somewhere in the top 15 or so, top 20. I don't know how well his game suits this course. So, and that's the thing with the PGA, and they change it up often. Even like the U.S. Open, they come back to some mainstays like Pinehurst, Pebble Beach, etc. This one they kind of move around a bit more, so it's a bit of a wild card because guys don't play here all the time, and then you got a whole new course essentially than the last time they played it. But no, I still do like Homa.
I don't know, man. He has a big payout on the lines, but he's been letting me down, man. I'm gonna stay away from him until he wins his home. And then it's that time again, ladies and gentlemen. We got another edition of JD's Bugs and Brew. What you got for us?
All right, so we got some steak enchiladas.
Ooh.
I thought you might like this. So I kept it pretty basic. I did some onions and peppers cut up and on the stove, just pan fried them. And while those were going, I did a flank steak seasoned with some carne asada seasoning. So we had chili powder, salt, pepper, paprika, and then I just threw that on the grill, cooked it to like a medium rare, finished it, let it sit, put some lime juice on it, just let that sit in there. and then cut up the steak into little chunks. Put that in the pan with the peppers and onions, and then once that was all done, got the casserole dish ready, which had put a little bit of enchilada sauce on the bottom, and then filled the tortillas with the mixture with the peppers, onions, steak, and a little bit of cheese. Did 6 of them in the pan, covered that with the rest of the enchilada sauce, and then topped it off with cheese. Baked it for half an hour at 400, and then broiled it to kind of, make that cheese nice and golden brown on top.
Sounds delicious, man.
And then I had that with a little bit of sour cream, a little bit of cilantro, and good to go.
That sounds great, man. Made me want some tacos. Tried this taco place the other day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was all right, man. I wasn't really impressed.
Cincinnati doesn't seem like a hot spot for tacos.
Yeah, I wasn't impressed. I was like reading all these Yelp reviews that said the place was great, but I wasn't impressed.
Didn't pass the BR smell test.
Nah, the thing is that one of the tacos was like some kind of like chicken. I forget what it is. Chicken something, but they have some other ones I want to try. They have like one with macaroni and cheese on it, which is kind of outrageous, but I'm still gonna give it a try. But one of them was like, it's just too much pepper on the damn thing. Like, you can tell it felt like somebody's putting like seasoning it with pepper, and then the thing just bust. Yeah, and it felt like all the pepper was on it all over the damn place. Because all I tasted was pepper when I ate it. I was like, oh no, I can't even eat this, man. But they had another one that was all right. Had pineapples on top. I forget what kind of one it was. And then the plain one they had was all right, but it's like a gordita crunch. So most of the tacos are like that, where it has like the hard shell and the soft shell. So I'll definitely give it another try. So we'll see what happens. And then what'd you guys drink that down with?
So I got I've been getting they got a mixed pack of Wicked Weed. So Wicked Weed's out of Asheville. So their double IPA in that mixed pack is called Freak of Nature. It's I would say generously hopped 8.5% double IPA. It's they're known for the Pernicious, which is their flagship, which is solid, but this one's a little bit different, a little lighter in the haze, but still pretty good. I don't think it's too bad. So it's a good you want a beer or two at the end of a long work day. It's solid, and then if you get the mixed pack, you get a couple of their other beers along with the Pernicious. So all in all, I'd say it's a pretty solid beer. I'd probably give it like a 7.5.
Oh, that's a solid beer, man. That's an all arounder. So definitely gonna have to be checking out to see if any of those beer joints you can recommend are in this area. So
and
then that's JD's Bites and Brew, everybody. And then this week for the BRRs, caught up on some stuff. Did I talk about the Scream 6 movie?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, that one was all right. I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm not gonna lie. I'm liking these the new Scream ones just because the killers are more like serious, more realistic as far as like they're not only using knives, they're using whatever they can to kill you. So the stories, I won't say not the greatest. Because this last one you couldn't really. Well, no, I think I could predict the killer right away as soon as I saw him. But the thing is, you can't. There was no way for me to figure out like how they're connected to like the past killer. So that's pretty much what's happening between each movie, and it seems like they're all out to get the daughter of the original guy who went after Sidney. So, which is kind of odd, but it seems like the direction the movie's going is that she's eventually going to become a killer herself. And then, but the thing is, I'm not sure how long they're going to draw this thing out for. So, but I mean, it's good to see that, these Scream movies kind of gives you the old feel of some of the old ones. I said, it's not really cheesy as far as like how these people are getting killed or anything like that. But I just wish the story was a little bit, I won't say more original or something a little more suspenseful. So
sure.
But overall, like if you're looking for something to watch, if you like Halloween movies or scary movies, definitely something you can watch to pass time by and stuff. So
okay.
And then outside of that, check out still been watching Citadel. It's okay, man. I'm not in love with it. kind of just watching it just to see how it plays out. As I said, I don't know if it's the main actors that are not doing it for me, but it's just okay so far.
Okay.
Then we got From is back, getting more and more mysterious with what's going on. It's kind of mixed between Lost and I don't even know what else is with, but it's like Lost and vampires put together, man, which is kind of crazy. Still trying to figure out where the hell they are. They're trapped. They're still trying to figure out how they're going to get out. The show does seem like it's kind of slow rolling with that information, but I'm trying to think if Lost was like that, where you kind of, I think with Lost you just kind of want to figure out where they are, but
yeah, Lost was like, it was pretty fire for the first 2.5 seasons. 1.5 seasons, and then they kind of, I think they tried to extend it longer than they probably should have, and it just kind of got too weird.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. I don't know what direction they're going in with this show, but that's the thing. You never know once the Easter egg drops on like where they are and how they got there and all this stuff.
Sure. Then
you're like, oh, it makes sense. But if it's just some like corny place where like they're all already dead and like it's just like, all right, this is like, it's all going to depend on the ending and what direction of the show. But overall, I like it, man. Gives me something to watch. Then we had Yellow Jackets. Caught up on that. I don't know how far did you get caught up on this, man?
I'm all caught up. Yeah.
They realized they brought whatever they had at the damn place with them back home. So I guess now they're gonna figure out how to get rid of it. But I mean, all these people they're not all these characters are like shit shows, man. Like
I know. I think that's kind of the point, though, right? Like they all have something seriously wrong with them.
I want to say seriously major. They're all like fucked up in the head, especially the homegirl with the glasses. I forget her name. Yeah, she's the reason why they're in this damn mess the whole time. Cause she's the one that burnt the damn box. She said she burnt the plane wreckage box.
Yeah.
But like we're already in so deep, we got to see how this plays out, man.
Yeah, and then Shauna beating the shit out of Lottie in that last episode. At the
retreat.
Back at the Not at the retreat, the crash, when they were stranded.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. It's just trying to see how they're going to land this plane.
Yeah. I'm not going to lie. I kind of thought they were, after she had the baby and she had the vision of them eating the baby, I was like, damn, this show was cold, man. I was like, this show was cold, man. But then, I
thought the same thing.
But then she woke up and some other stuff happened, man. I was like, oh, man. I think they should have kept that. I'm not gonna lie, man. That would have made the show just more. It would just made the show more twisted. Like how fucked up can this show get, man?
Right.
But definitely gonna finish it out, man. They got a few more episodes left. So then I checked out. I started watching Sweet Tooth again. It's okay. It's one of those shows you just keep on in the background while you do all the stuff. It's based off of one of the DC comics or something like that. But it's not really a lot of action. I feel like the action's going to come once these people get older or something. But we'll see what happens, man. Then I know Netflix has some other stuff that came out. They got that Jennifer Lopez movie, which I heard was okay. They got another Asian show called Black Knight. I started watching it, but I was like, this looks kind of corny. So I was like, I'm gonna get back to it when I'm in the mood. And then outside of that, there was Class of 09 that was on Hulu. It's kind of like pretty much the Class of 09 from FBI, the FBI Class from 09. So it kind of goes to what they went through to become agents, but it's showing you 3 different time periods of them, like the future, the present, and the past. But then come to find out, one of the guys, he's like the head FBI guy now, and he kind of figures out some way to, like, I don't want to say where it's like Minority Report, where he's like preventing crimes, but he's kind of not like supposedly he's like the all justice guy, but he's kind of like doing some stuff behind closed doors that we're trying to figure out. So it's gonna be interesting to watch. And then the other show I actually liked the most was the Silo show. That's a new show with on Apple. Tom said it was based off a book. He said the book was good. The show was good, man. It's only 3 episodes out. I think the 4th one comes out this week. It's pretty much about this civilization that's living in this underground society. They don't really know why they're living in an underground society, but well, they said that they're living there because, you know, the earth was toxic or some nonsense. But come to find out, there's hints that, like, you know, outside of their facility, Earth is fine. So kind of picture like The 100. I don't know if you ever heard of that show.
Yeah, I've heard that, yeah.
So like kind of that, but people are in space, but these people are actually in the ground. But overall, look, it's kind of cool, man. It's a little detective drama type show, mystery. So because you got to figure out what's really going on outside, because there's a few people that, like, if you live in a society and you say, I want to go outside, then they send you outside. It's like to your death, like the death row.
Yep.
And like they show videos of you when you go outside, and the videos they show are people like they go outside, they got to clean the screen, and then they die. Like I suppose it's like toxic, but one of the people that went out, she said, but when they send me out, if when I get out, it's not what it looks like on the screen, I'm going to clean the screen. So that's a signal. So
gotcha.
Hinted from that, what she's saying is like what's outside doesn't look like that, but in the video they showed, right, that everybody watches, it shows her like die after she walks off and cleans the screen. So I wonder if they're having like some kind of control over that, where they're showing like false images and stuff like that. So it's interesting. There's a lot of little moving parts, a lot of mystery stuff going on. So definitely something you can check out when you get a chance.
Yeah, for sure.
And then outside that, it wasn't really much else I caught up on. So I still got to go through my list. Is that anything you guys are watching on your end?
No, man, watching the same stuff you are.
Okay. But yeah, definitely check out the Silo one. That one was good.
Yeah, that one I got.
And then that's pretty much it, ladies and gentlemen.
Good to be back, Rich.
Yeah, man. All right, man. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Until next time.
Till next time.
I want to thank y'all for rocking out here on the Sports Sidebar Podcast. Give y'all something to ride out on.